Welcome to Full Scope, a podcast designed to analyze the games that we love, the headlines of music, and the movies we can't forget. I'm your host, Wellington Burns, and I'm joined by a special guest, fashion designer, aka Fourth Big Sister, aka Extraordinaire, aka UK Traveler, aka met James Bond low key but never told us. Brittney Meads, thank you for being on the podcast.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
I like how you said fourth sister on there. I'm gonna keep that in mind for future.
I had to keep you guessing. I had to keep you guessing. I had to keep you
Yeah,
guessing.
I see, I
But you are
see.
our third guest for our life lessons segment where we interview different artists, different creatives, different things. So it's a new segment writing for the podcast. And I kind of want to start off. I mean, when did you first become a fashion designer? Like when did you like first get into like the groove of things and just kind of dive into it?
What's funny is like when I think about it, because I've been designing for 13 years now, I think. Might be getting old.
Slight flex, slight
And,
flex.
and
Wow.
so when I think about it, in my mind, I'm like, oh, I've always been interested in fashion, but to actually like design clothes, I was in my senior year of college and I was working on stuff for my graduate school and different things like that. And I was like, listen, my resume is basically just as like school, 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 school. I was like,
Mhm.
really need some extracurricular activities.
Need to beef
And
this
so I
up.
was like, yeah. I was just like, I mean, Harvard's not really gonna be impressed to be like, you went to school all the time. Like, and so
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, what's some things I could do? So I was in Nashville and they're like, oh, Nashville Fashion Week is coming and they need like volunteers and people to like help out. I was like, that's random. That would be cool. Let me go
Mm.
check that out, see what's happening over there, right? So I went to Nashville Fashion Week, got to see all these amazing designs and different things like that, which I thought were super cool. And while I was there, I was like, I think I can make a dress.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why I think I can make a dress, but like in my mind, I was like, got the confidence like way up here. So I was like, let me just try. Let me just try to make a dress. And so I went home. My mama taught me how to put a sewing machine together, and I was like, pretty sure that's all I need to know. So I made a dress out of my dad's like t-shirts, and I wore it to church. And one of the ladies like, "I love your dress." I was like, "Thank you, I made it." And like that moment of being like, "Thank you, I made it," has
That's a
like
big
been
moment.
my like thing all the time. Like, I do not care how my day is going. I don't care what I have to do. I was like, even for the podcast, I was like, it does not matter how it goes. I was like, I made my outfit for it, so I'm pretty
So
good.
you make literally so every day. So the listeners can know every day you make your own outfits every day.
I mostly every day. Yeah,
Yeah.
I try to. Now I do have a collection of clothes, obviously, because I've been doing this for 13 years. So I
Yeah.
do have a lot of clothes that I didn't want to like revamp and redo. But then I'm like, well, what if I run into people and they've only seen me like twice, and both those times I'm wearing the same outfit?
They're like,
So I
she
need to probably make
okay?
something different.
She a vagabond? What's wrong with her?
Even
So
at work, even at work.
how would you rate this shirt, this Shein shirt? I
Listen,
got
I was gonna tell you, right? I was like, well, I haven't seen you in a bit, but your style is top no notch, okay?
see,
It's pretty good.
see. Like, I have to say this. I like for some podcasts, like if I'm really had a long day, I'll just be in a hoodie. But I knew for Brittany, I had to like really like show my
Listen,
style. I had to show my style. So it was like, I had
I
to
had to get a
get you.
little bit. I had to ask other guests like what happens on the podcast. So I was just like, "How's Wellington gonna dress?" Because I'm trying to match his vibe, but
That's
we
you
really can't.
actually asked that. You actually were doing no. She is a forensic files like
I
scary
just wanted to make
person
sure I was matching energy because I didn't want people to be like, "That guest was weird." Like she got crazy background,
on
she got
the
the
hours
headphones on.
before
Like
her
what's
first
happening?
full scope interview. She asked around for other guests. She did research. She checked to
I
see what was Wellington Bernstein.
I looked at other podcasts. I was like, "What do other people wear in other podcasts?" Like how
So what
should
did
I
they say? I'm
do?
just curious. What did they say?
I mean, they said you're in. It was like you also do a lot of research. Then I felt like I also needed to do research, and I was like, "Well, he's my brother. I don't really know how much research
Yeah,
I needed to."
like I said, listeners, this is family. This is like a family conversation. This is a family conversation. This literally is.
Basically, I mean, you guys
Literally.
are welcome to like join in if you want to, but like we're just
Yeah, but
catching
we're
up right
this is
here.
just fam. This is like this is an episode, but I mean, it's really just it's a family behind the scenes. It's a behind the Godfather Sopranos table, sitting at the table. You know how to add
Look,
it.
I was
It's
thinking the
Italian.
other day, I was like, I have not talked to my brother in a minute. Let me see what he's up to.
Exactly. Just check me on Instagram, and I'm just walking around talking about sports and just talking my head
Listen,
off.
I see you though. You get your little like poses in, and so I was like, ooh, look at Wellington.
Yeah, I gotta chill with the poses. 'Cause I get too many Instagram replies. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna chill with my poses.
You
Just
try to
chill.
be antisocial? No, no, that's me. I'm like
Well,
extra,
see, hey,
obviously
if
introverted,
you know what's
extroverted.
actually funny, Brittany, you can tell the listeners I used to be very different compared to how I am now. Like it actually we
Yeah.
went bowling and I like actually like barely talked to you and I just was very awkward. But she's like, I've actually turned into a pretty like decent human being. I'm not like still weird, but like turned into a pretty decent
No,
human being.
no, listen. Well, I did. The fact that you even asked me to be on your podcast, and I was like, Wellington does have a podcast. And I'm like, this is what he does. And like, he talks to people all the time.
Every week, like 3 times a week.
I was like,
Literally.
this is the most, listen, I've known Wellington for a very long
Yeah, very
time,
long time.
probably as long as that I've been designing clothes. And this is the most he's talked to me in all of those
It's the most I've
years.
talked in general. It's the most I've talked in general. I was the kid on the front row who like never said a word. Now I'm like talking my head off every
No,
week.
literally, I was just like, I would force myself to talk because I'm like, Wellington, you're gonna like me. I don't think Wellington likes me, but we're gonna be friends.
Exactly. Now I have to do that thing with my nephew. Hey, you have to talk to people. You have to talk to people. You can't look at your
Yeah,
iPad all the time. You
yeah,
can't
yeah.
look at your
And he's like, but I don't want to.
I
Like,
don't
why
want
would I want
to.
to talk to people?
But
I feel like I hope I have that energy for people of being like, no, I want because I'm the type that people are like at the bus stop being like, no, 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 let me tell you my whole life story. And I'm like, cool, I'll just like listen to that. Like that's no problem. But then when other people don't want to talk, I'm like, why don't you want to talk to me? Like I'm so nice.
See,
Like,
but here's the thing. Here's the thing. I literally told a family member this. In my 40s or 50s, I want to host my own late night show. So after I do all these podcasts, I just want to be. I want to take Jimmy Fallon's spot. I want to just take his spot,
yeah,
and it's not gonna happen.
that's a good spot.
But I want to like at least get close, so I can get the Seth Meyers maybe the Seth Meyers position. You know, maybe the Seth Meyers position, where or at least host one Saturday Night Live
Yes,
randomly.
yes. All those things.
All the
I'm
above.
like already. I'm already envisioning it for
You're
you,
in fish.
manifesting all
She's
those things.
see,
You already
Brittany
know
actually
me.
takes me seriously. I'm like Brittany, you know I'm just
Oh
trolling
no.
right now.
wrote it wrote it on the list and be like, this is what Wellington's gonna do.
This is
Check
what
in
I
with you
do.
50 years from now. I'll be like, bro, what's happening? I'm supposed to
What's
be a guest
happening?
on this show.
I expected
Stupid.
this.
How amazing. Now listen, already I'm envisioning it right now. You're on late night and then we show a clip from this and be like, remember when I was at my
That's what's
house
gonna
and you were
happen
at
because this
your
is gonna be
house?
stored. This is gonna be
Yes.
stored.
It's gonna be let me be the third guest. Let me be the third guest so
Well,
then it's like full circle.
oh no,
Third guest on podcast, third guest on late night.
here's the thing. Like you, if it actually does happen, you will have to be there at least once a week. Just even
Yeah.
remotely, just remotely.
Listen, I will be there. I'll make all your outfits for you. We'll talk about my outfits all the time.
Listeners, this is actually turned into her talking about her late night show. But getting to the next question though, like was there somebody? Was there somebody, any fashion designer that particularly like inspired you, or is there one you look back at like, man, like this person really is like an inspiration for like what I do every day?
What's so funny is so the first designer I actually saw and I recognized was Kristen Siriano.
Mm,
He was at Nashville Fashion Week. And so seeing his dresses and seeing how beautifully they were like constructed and put together, I love that. And so like when
yeah,
people like mention his name and how well he's doing, like I'm so honored by that. But in terms of like my own clothes, I literally am like, what do I want to wear today? And then I make it. And what's so great is so because I'm a custom designer, so people tell me what they want, and then I make it. Like I don't have to make 1,000 of this and try and convince 1,000 people to like stuff. People just tell me what they want, and then I just make it, which is so much easier
for
than being
sure.
like, please like my
It almost sounds
outfit.
like a
Don't you?
podcast. It almost sounds like a podcast host who's like asking you to do merch. It sounds familiar, doesn't it? That sounds
First
familiar.
of all,
Like
that's why
that
when
sounds
you're like, I was like,
familiar.
what do you want? Just so, and it makes it even, and then you're
I
like,
said
this is exactly what I asked for.
every season, winter, fall, spring. Just I want people to like constantly be putting on shorts
What's
in the
so funny?
summer.
Yes. So I am a director at a gym now. And even when I said working there, like I do that in the evenings and stuff. So I'm over there. And when I first got hired, I was like, cool. So like, can I wear my own outfits though? And so I work at a gym and then I'm still like in my outfits like this. And so people are just like,
Yes.
so like, where do you get your clothes? I'm like, oh, I also make them. So then I do all the merch for the gym too. I was like, I know like part of my job is to get people to like want to hang out at the gym, but also like, can I just make clothes for people? Because that's also just what I wanted
That's
to.
exactly. I mean, but no, I'm super curious. You're not gonna get away with this. First of all, those headphones are fire. Those headphones, I can't stop looking at them. They're super.
Listen,
Where did you get them from? Where
I
did you get them from?
I got them on Amazon. So I watch a lot of Korean dramas, and this is kind of the style of headphones that they use. And I saw it, and I
Mm.
was like, I need those immediately. And then while I was doing research for your podcast, I was like, what type of headphones do other people use? I thought I don't care. I'm wearing
This is a
mine.
forensic files maniac. She literally was just like up 3 in the morning. Look, Full Scope Podcast. What did Wellington do in his last
Yes.
episode?
I
Like
just wanted to
this
make
is
sure
kind
I
of
was
weird,
doing a good
Brittany.
job.
You know how weird this sounds.
Don't you listen? I didn't want to just show up and just be like nonchalant and be like, I don't know.
I get it.
He
If I
said
wasn't a
headphones. I was
podcast, I
like,
would study how the other podcaster did things. I would do that. But still, the
also,
visual
you've
is kind of.
asked other people in my family, and so I was just like, he didn't ask me
This
yet.
was all the buildup. It was leading up to this moment, this pivotal moment of I had to create a space where people didn't who didn't like sports had something else to listen to. So life lesson segment, you can hear something,
Whoa, whoa,
which you
whoa,
don't
whoa!
like
Did you
sports.
choose me because you think I don't like sports? Because
I
that's what
said,
my dad said.
what? What did he say? I didn't hear what he
My
said.
dad said, "What's Wellington going to talk to you about? Because you don't really watch sports." I was like, first of all, I'm offended. Second of all, I make outfits for all the football games. So I
That's
like, did you not see my
insane.
Philadelphia Eagles outfit?
Yeah,
It
did
was
you?
fine.
Oh my gosh, that's disgusting. So you were rooting for the Eagles?
First of all, listen,
Like
okay?
you're not a fan of the Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift like love like dynamic?
I
I,
mean, it
I,
was
I like I'm a
hilarious to
28-year
watch
old
his
man. I like to see like young dudes like be in love, young kings be in
right.
love.
Also, but my thing is, if you're not gonna act like you want to win and you're gonna play like trash, then I'm not gonna root for you.
That's cold.
Also,
That's cold.
I it's just great. I mean, Jalen
Do you
Hurts.
like
Also,
Patrick
Saquon
Mahomes?
Barkley was my first round draft pick for my fantasy football team.
Okay.
I supported him all the way through. Like I played him every week, and every week, brilliant.
What
Like and so
what
when it
league are
came to
you
Super Bowl,
in? What league are you in? I might join your league just so I can outdo you.
oh, you gonna try to be in the league with my parental units and my sister because we
For
will
sure.
destroy you.
For sure. I need some excitement in my life. Like I've been playing like
No,
yeah, yeah. I
I
need I need to
also
do
was
it.
in a league at my gym too, and so all of us, I was the only girl in that league, right? And so my dad, well, she could having a scout on your team, but
That's
no
crazy.
one cared more about my league than my dad
Of
is.
course, of course. He's competitive
I was like, Dad, I got a scout on my team. How can you not be helping me every week with my team?
every week, literally every week. Come on, every
But
week.
yeah, no. So Saquon Barkley was my first round draft pick, and so I played him every week. And so when it came down to Super Bowl, I just my whole heart was just like, I'm in it. I'm so excited for you guys. It's gonna be brilliant. So yeah,
I've been told
it was a
this
good Super
year.
Bowl.
I've been told this year that my celebrity lookalike is Saquon Barkley. I don't believe that. I mean,
Listen,
one person last week said I look like Drake. Another guy said I look like Michael B. Jordan. So I mean, that's not a bad celebrity
what did you
comparison.
think of the Super halftime show, Drake?
I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan. Sorry. I am anti anything Kendrick Lamar. I'm sorry. I'm anti anything. I don't listen to any of his music. I literally put my AirPods. I put my AirPods in and I didn't listen to anything. It's like nope.
That's so funny. Now my parental unit is watching the Super Bowl and asked me about Kendrick Lamar like while I was on. I was like, you guys, I'm trying to focus here. I gotta watch this first, and then I will explain all the nuances
Yeah,
afterwards.
please, please, because I'm absolutely done with him. But it's absolutely done with him. He went after my twin. I can't do that. But no, what I was
You
gonna
feel for it.
but I was gonna say this. What do you listen to? What? Because I've been listening to a lot of country music recently. I've been listening to a lot of Dolly Parton. I've been listening to
Who
a lot
have
of
you
Tim
become,
McGraw.
Wellington? Who
What?
have you
I'm
become?
still the same
Who
person.
have you become?
I'm
I
still
remember
the
all the
same.
spoken words that you used to do,
I
all these
still
like
rap.
rhymes and
Well,
like
actually, I'll say this. By the way, 'cause listeners know this. I'm dropping my first solo mixtape in July 4th, called Recalculating. So I'm gonna send it to you. I'm sending you nine.
yes,
It's 9 songs, so it's not too much. You won't get too bored. Okay, I know you're gonna tune it out and do whatever. But
I'm
I
excited.
9 songs, 9 songs. My first solo summer mixtape, July 4th. So when you're eating, what do you eat on July 4th? Do you eat barbecue? I feel like you eat like spinach and vegetables.
You have seen my mom. My mom is a master chef. Okay, she cooks all of the things and barbecues all of the things.
Listeners, I
I
also invited Brittney so I could troll her. Like have this. She trolled me all my life. I just wanted to troll.
first of all, this is not true. I've been so nice. Yeah, oh, I told you. I just wanted us to be friends, and now I feel like I'm almost on the way out, and you're on the way up, and now you're like, we could be friends now.
Oh, so you think I was just aiming a trajectory when I made my rise? Like,
You're just
oh,
like,
you're not the
well, it's
same.
just like you're not cool enough yet. I got you got to step it up a little bit, and then I'll be friends with you.
That's sick. I would be a sicko if
You
I did
guys, listeners,
that.
I every Sunday see Wellington every Sunday go over hug Wellington. Wellington did not want to hug me. Like it does not
I'm the
matter.
most sociable guy now, actually. I'm actually one of the most sociable guys you'll meet.
Listen, when I see you on your Instagram and stuff like that, again, when I see
It's a
your
different guy.
little
It's a
posts,
different
your
guy.
little posts and everything, I was like, look at him. I see you. I see you.
Guys, I'm still me. I'm just a 28-year-old version of me. I'm just a 28-year-old version
Yes,
of me. I couldn't be the same
I
Wellington
know.
forever. Couldn't be the same
This is
Wellington
true.
forever.
And I knew you like when you were in high school and middle school. So like it's
Exactly.
completely
Exactly.
I missed a lot of your 20s though, but we're making up for it in like 30s and
Yeah.
40s. So
See, the
we're
30s,
circling back.
I'll say this, the 30s is going to be the most fascinating era of Wellington Burns. I can't believe I'm talking in third person,
I'm
but it's
excited for
going to be the
you.
most fascinating.
I'm very my 20s and moving into my 30s and stuff like that still feel like I feel like COVID because it took like 3 years of my life. Like
COVID
I'm
was
still in my like late
so
20s.
awkward. Oh my gosh, it was so awkward. So
it,
awkward.
it was so awkward. But
Weird.
even during COVID, I made matching masks to my outfits. So
You still flex.
I
Yeah,
was like,
that's what I'm saying. I couldn't invite you on because you're still waiting. I had to wait till she slows down. I had to wait till she slows.
you
You
gotta
gotta
slow
slow down.
down a little
You
bit.
gotta
She gotta
slow
be doing other
down.
stuff.
But no, what do you listen to? Like you're still evading the question. What do you listen to? I
So
know you don't
I
listen to
literally
rap.
it's first of all, it's not true, okay? I may not be able to name artists, but I do listen to some rap stuff.
Like, I mean, come on, Brittney Meads listening to trap music. Not
Not, not,
gonna happen. She cannot dance to save her
it'll come
life.
on by accident, and then I'd be like, I don't know what that is.
She cannot dance to save her life. I'm kidding.
Why don't you both going for the throat? I see you. I
I'm
see you,
kidding.
Wellington.
I'm gonna be
Listen,
quiet. I'm
this
gonna be
is
quiet. I'm
just
gonna
a
be quiet.
tester. Next time, when you're on late night, I'd be so prepared.
Yeah, no, late night she's gonna give me back. Late night she's gonna
Oh,
give me back.
I was
She's
like,
gonna.
oh, okay. Well, he's trying to roast me. He's trying to roast me in
Yeah,
front of
I'm.
his public.
The
I
funny thing
got you.
is, like, not a lot of people are gonna be watching this, but the world is gonna be watching late night. That's where she's gonna aim her revenge. She's gonna aim her revenge. Yeah, yeah, late night, Saturday night.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you're
bring up
getting flamed.
clips. I'm gonna bring up clips for sure. Already clipping it right now in my mind.
That's hilarious. So, what do you listen
No,
to?
so really, like music wise and everything, you know me. I'm into a lot of musicals and Broadways. So normally, it's
They're
a lot
fire.
of artistic like music and everything. Right now, there's this. So I was on the Hamilton train for like a long time. That was
Really good.
all
Yeah.
Hamilton original soundtrack and Hamilton the mixtape. All brilliant. Anything by Lin-Manuel, fantastic.
Knocking out
And
the park.
so like it's a lot of Broadway type of thing. And then obviously like the country and the pop music and everything like that.
Oh,
It's
Sabrina
such like a
Carpenter. You're a Sabrina Carpenter fan?
I know some of her songs, but in terms again, same with like fashion. Like I like things in like segments of being like, oh, that's cool, or I like this one thing, but I could not tell you a song. I do think her outfits are cool. I do think
She's very,
about me.
very, very beautiful.
a
Very
lot of a
beautiful.
lot of my things are
Let's talk about
attached
how
to
she
like
looks. Let's
people.
talk about how she looks. I mean, it's not like that's what she does for a living,
A
but I'm
lot of
sure
things are
let's talk about how
about
she
people's
looks.
outfits where I'm just like, I don't know that person, but their outfit, like Kendrick Lamar's pants being too long, like I think about that. And so people are like, what about
Yeah, it
his
was
songs? They're like,
weird.
did you see his pants though? Like they need to be him just like a little bit like that's
It's like he was trying to troll Drake for Drake wearing like good pants, but I'm like, Drake actually looks good in the pants he wears. You don't.
yeah, but you also know, and you should know this, that I'm not a huge Drake fan, but that's a different
Really? Hold up. Hold wait. Whoa, 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 whoa. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute on the OVO King himself. What don't you like about Drake? You think he's corny?
I mean, huh?
You think he's
It's
corny?
not that. It's just like you can't really start at the bottom if you're on TV. Like I just
I mean, that's one of the greatest
and
hip hop stories
making
ever.
making millions of dollars. It's like I get it, but also like when you're trying to be like, I'm so poor and I'm so lonely, and you get $1 million per episode.
That's
Like it's really hard.
insane. The face she just made, I'm so poor, I'm so lonely. That's
Like I
crazy.
just don't like
You don't think
I'm like,
you
wasn't
don't think
the
he should be a rapper. You
it's
don't think he should be a rapper.
no. He can do whatever he wants. Believe in your dreams. I just think sometimes when people like pretend pretend
You
they're
think he's a
struggling, it's like
Oh, you think he's a pretender? You think he's a pretender?
it's like when rich people say like,
Yeah,
"Oh, I
I rap
struggle
with
because
Lil
my dad
Wayne.
gave
I
me
rap
two."
with Ross. I'm hard.
It's weird when people are
Basketball's a
like,
game that I love to play.
"Nobody loved me.
That's
I have no
crazy.
parents. I have no home. This mansion over here. I mean, I live in a mansion, but it's not really like my mansion. It's my
That's
parents' mansion. Like,
insane. Like a 2 minute flame out on Champagne Poppy himself.
it's only
Wow.
because it's also because I knew Drake from watching him on
Degrassi.
Degrassi.
So
So like he was like
you actually watched Degrassi.
I so like when he came out as like a rap artist, I was like, okay, cool, he's transitioning. But then he's like started from the bottom. I'm like, what bottom? Like middle class? Like I just so
What? That's okay. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not talking to me
But
about any Drake
listen,
music.
Drake, I would never insult you. We're family. But I'm just saying, like, I don't. I listen to some of his songs. Again, I work at a gym, so like they play music all the time, and like whatever the hype music is for
Oh
them to get
yeah,
ready for
he's
fights
got.
and stuff.
I mean, he's got
So,
bops. He's got bops for days. He's got bops for days.
right, and
Passion fruit. Are
so
you a passion
again,
fruit fan? You like passion fruit?
yes.
You like Hotline Bling?
What?
Hotline Bling?
Listen,
Hotline Bling?
you cannot say songs or things to me because I will not. You have to like play a clip of it and be like, okay. The
Okay,
other day, someone
I
was
can't.
talking about Creed, and I was like, I mean, I've heard of the name, and then someone played like five songs. It's like, oh, I know all those songs. I just couldn't tell you what names they are.
So,
Like
do
if
you
you
know
play them with
movies? Do
20
you know
other
movie
songs.
titles? Do you know movie titles?
I
Like,
mean, a bit.
it's just no. Like, this is the fascinating thing. Like, if I get into my psychology bag, you can do all this amazing stuff, but just like titles, it's so crazy how you don't know titles. Like, what's the last Korean drama? What's the
First of
last
all, there's
Korean drama?
so many words in a song. Okay, how are you supposed to pick out the title of the song?
I mean,
So I'd be listening to the music, and then I'm like, oh, that was the title of the song. Okay, cool, whatever.
so
Like,
when I send you my mixtape, you're gonna be like, so when I ask you, Brittany, what song did you like for mixtape? Oh,
oh, I
it
will
was
be
track
like
six.
the fourth one.
Yeah, she's not gonna know the title. Like what? I don't even know the titles. She's gonna name the first track, the last track, the last track, the first track. Like yeah, Wellington. I don't know what the title is. Like why do I even
Two
put?
before the last one. That's what was that the seventh? Yeah, the seventh one. That was good.
That's
Listen,
insane. Are you a James Bond fan? I feel like you're a James Bond fan. I feel like you like loved his
I
suits
like
and
the outfits. I can't.
it's
Listen, this is me. Okay, this is me watching anything. Okay,
mm,
I saw Aladdin on Broadway. I had to watch it twice because the
yeah.
first time I watched it, all I did was look at the outfits, and I was like, "Cool, I like that. I could probably make that hat. That's a lot of crystals. I think that seam is undone." Like that was me. So then the second time I watched it, I was like, "Oh yeah, the story is good." Like
Yeah, what you're there to actually watch. That's good. Cool.
so, like that's literally me with literally anything. Like it takes me a couple times to be like, "Cool, cool, cool." It's like, and we had a little talk beforehand. In the beginning, I was like, "Well, your shirt looks really cool," and then I'm like, "And we focus." Like
Focus on the podcast.
because
Um,
when I started designing clothes, because in the beginning, even after I had made my first outfit and worn it to church and different things like that, I just my day to day, I see outfits all the time. So like
yeah.
in like so I cut up t-shirts, I cut up curtains, I cut up tablecloths before actually like cutting up fabric and everything. So when I would go around and I'd be like looking at things and stuff like that, I'm like, oh, that'd be a really cool outfit. That'd be a really cool dress and stuff. So now I just see outfits and I see them all the time and see how I can like remake them and do that and stuff like that. So yeah, anytime I'm like watching things or going out to restaurants and everything, I'm like, those curtains look really nice. They look very cool as a dress.
Yeah, listeners, I was gonna ask her about a movie title, her favorite rom-com movie. She does not remember anything, so I'm not even gonna ask her what her favorite. I'm not even gonna ask her what it is. She's gonna be like the planner of the wedding, the Manhattan and Maid, the
I
friend
do
who had
prefer
a best friend.
I do prefer 90s and 2000 movies over like modern like this 2010 plus
Mm,
movies. I will
it's
say
not
that.
working.
Like,
It's not working. Seattle and Sleepless. Seattle and Sleepless was okay. Seattle and Sleepless was okay. The
You
woman
Got
of the
Mail. I
woman who
do
was
like You
pretty. The
Got
woman
Mail.
who was pretty. Yeah, the woman who was pretty. What's the other one? There was another. There was
Also,
another one. There's another.
I see
I'm
you
gonna have
trying
a
to
good
drag.
time with
I
this.
see you.
I'm gonna
I
have a
see
good
you
time with
dragging.
this. I'm gonna have such a good time
I
with
see
this.
you dragging me,
I'm gonna have
and
such a
I'm
good
ready.
time with the attraction that was fatal, the instinct that was basic. I'm just gonna like
The man that was a bat, like something
that
like that.
was a bad, yeah. The identity that was
Oh,
born, the impossible. Wait, no, the impossible that was a mission, right? The cruise that was a Tom.
I see you. I see you. And I hear you.
I'm
And
done. I'm
I'm
done.
making
I'm done.
notes,
I'm
man. I'm
done.
making
I'm
notes.
burying myself in my 30s because I'm enjoying it right now. Last few years of my 20s, but this is gonna get clipped in
Oh,
on NBC like on a Saturday.
just me
Uh,
confused, being like, I've never heard of any of these movies.
but
That you naming those movies in that order and being like, that was good. That is a good movie. Like, I like all of those.
Nah, when you said
And imagining
when
the
you were
exact
missing
outfits. Of
when you were missing all those titles, I said no. I gotta flip this on her. I gotta flip this on her. I have to.
And I still was
Um,
like, yeah, I was like all of them. I like all of those. I like the outfits in them.
but another question I had, like when you think about the joy you have designing, like what brings you the most joy? Like, is it seeing people's reactions with the outfits, or is it just like the process? Like it, because I know some people they like the process of what they do, or other people just like the reactions, the result.
Honestly, it is really like having something from my mind, like going to sleep and being like, "Oh, I think I want to wear this tomorrow," and like having it be a reality. Like,
Hmm.
because it's also funny as well when I tell people I've made my outfits, because I don't think they're always registering like what I'm saying to them of being like, "No, no, no, like it was nothing," and then like I made it into like this thing, and now
That's
I've gotten into
bonkers.
like actually designing fabrics, so like actually putting all these prints together and stuff like that, and being able to actually produce the fabric. So before it was like somebody else designed the fabric and then I would design it. So now it's like, no, 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 from like cotton
Yeah.
onto the fabric, plus the design, plus me making it to fit myself and it being able to like being worn out into the world. When I first started designing, I did a bunch of like fashion shows and stuff like that. And really the thing that's kind of always been with me is going to one of my fashion shows was about like an anti-bullying
Mm,
show and things like that. So we had clothes and everything. And one of the girls who was there used to self-harm. And so she was one of the survivors and different things like that had been going on in her life. And
mm.
she's talking about how she was going to go up on stage and sing. I was like, oh, what outfit are you going to wear? She's like, I'm just going to wear this jean and this hoodies. I was like, can you put one of my outfits on and just see like what it looks like. And
Yeah.
she came out of the bathroom after she put it on and she goes, Mom, I'm beautiful.
That's
And like
awesome.
her mom was like crying and I was crying. And I think about that all the time. And I'm like, I don't have to make anything ever again. Like, I
That's
was
the
like,
creme de
that
la
right
creme. That's
there,
the creme de la creme.
that
That's
moment
yeah.
right there, it's all the time. I love that. So I love making things for my clients. I love like their visions coming to reality. But also I just love the fact that like I can do this. Like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, no matter how like the day goes or different things like that, if I know I'm gonna have like a weird day or something like that, I will make my outfit just because like it gives me such a vote of confidence to be like, doesn't matter. Did you know this was nothing before? Like, did you know
That's
that?
awesome.
like, like you didn't go to a store. Like somebody else didn't. Like you were able to like put this
Actually do
together
it.
and
Yeah.
like from an idea of like putting it on paper. It's so I love it so much. Like, and I've been doing it, and that's what when people are like, "Oh, you design like every day." I'm like, "Well, every day I have to wear clothes, and like every
For
day,
sure. You got to.
I
Or you get
think about
arrested.
designing all the time. Like,
Mhm.
and so to be able to still like do this and for other people to still like my clothes, I still get the same excitement for someone being like, I love your outfit or your outfit's really cute as I did when I first started. And so, and which is interesting to me because like I've tried a lot of things like teaching myself how to like play the guitar and play the piano and do this
Mhm.
and I didn't really like stick with it but like this is something like I've actually stuck with and I
Yeah.
do truly believe like it is a gift to be able to do something like this because I know other designers who are just like I don't see it and like you can give people the same amount of fabric the same amount of time and they'd be like, I have no idea how you like put that together. I'm like, I love it. I love it so
Yeah.
I love it
That's a
so
challenge.
much.
That's a challenge. That's a great challenge to have. Before we move on to break, I'm trying to think. Okay, the 11 that were in the ocean. I know you've never seen that movie.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
In the
okay, okay.
11
I
that were in the
got
ocean.
it.
You got to see what I'm saying. In 11 that were in the ocean. They're making a 14 that were in the ocean soon.
Yeah.
If you had the opportunity to do a set design, a fashion design of Brad Pitt, George Clooney, Matt Damon, would you do it or would you be like, I'm gonna turn it down. I'm gonna turn it down. I'm gonna
See
turn it
that
down.
this is the thing. So I have it on one of my vision boards is to do costume designs for either a movie or like a production.
That would be
I would
awesome.
love to. I have done so there have been a couple of my designs that have been in like music videos and stuff and like people have worn to like awards and everything like that. So next on like my list is to like have it in movies. Like and
Wow.
to be part of that production team and have my name like in the credits of being like designer Brittney Meads.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, that
And
would
then
be
I will
crazy.
tell everybody.
Yeah, I did this.
Yeah,
The
yeah, yeah.
14
That's
that were in the ocean.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. That
I can't name the
was
movie title, but I did that. I did
so my friend,
that.
one of my close friends, she was one of the prop designers for Wicked, and so all of us
Oh,
when we went to go
wow.
see it, stayed to the very
Should
end
I
to
watch
see her
that? Was that
name.
a good movie? Was that a good movie? Should I watch that?
It's on my list. I have not seen
Oh,
it
of course,
yet.
yeah.
So
I don't even know why I asked for
I've seen all. Well, no, no, no. I have seen all the fashion and I've seen all the props
Right.
of all the things that she has made and all the cool things and stuff like that.
That's what I was gonna
I
ask. That's what I was literally gonna ask. In that I feel like you've seen the show that was the Cosby. When Denise was trying to get Theo's shirt right and then he couldn't get it
yeah.
right. like I know you probably get scared once in a while. Hey, what if that happened to me? What if I did
Yeah,
set up something for Wellington for his late night show and it doesn't
yeah.
fit? I'm like,
Do you
Brittney,
think
what's
about that?
going on?
I
I gotta
know.
get up there in
I
10 minutes.
But also like my level of confidence of being like, I'll just bring my sewing machine with me. And so I've had
Yeah.
a couple brides this past year that I did wedding dresses for, and they were like, oh, okay, cool. Like the fit. I was like, don't you worry though. My sewing machine is always in my car. I also have a sewing kit with me when I
Yeah.
travel. So currently, I think I have four machines that are around the world. Like I have two that are in London, one that's in New York, one in Florida, and one in Tennessee. So that when
Sheesh.
I travel, I don't have to travel with my machine because that's what I was doing. And then the airlines made it where you couldn't travel with it because it has like needles and stuff. I was like, well, when my flight is delayed, I can just make an outfit. Like, I don't think you understand like what I'm
Mm.
trying to do here. And so now I just have them in different places. So yeah, when I go traveling, I can make day trips to like New York, go get the fabric, come home, like put it together. So
That's fire. That's
it's
so fire. That's so fire.
I mean, it is one of those things that it's like writers and stuff, like who think about writing all the time and things like
Mm.
that. That one scene from Sister Act, where she talks about
The
like
act that was the sister, yeah.
the actor was a sister. I was gonna do that, and then I was like, what if I mess it up and then the joke doesn't land? So,
Were
but in
you a
it, where she
fan
talks
of the
about
first one? Well, I know this is a gamble. This is a gamble for me to ask. The first one or
what?
the second one?
Listen, they're both fantastic. I do like the second one.
Second one's a
Did you see
classic.
their
I mean,
outfits
Lauryn
when they
Hill,
changed out of
yeah.
the nun outfits and then they got into the street clothes? Like,
That's
fantastic.
come on. That's what I was paying
But
attention to. I
the
wasn't paying attention to. I was paying attention to fashion. Come on, what are you talking about? Let's talk about
exactly,
fashion.
exactly. But in the scene where she talks about she reads hands the books to the girl, and she's like, if you wake up in the morning, all you think about is being a writer, and you go to sleep and all you think about being a writer, you should be a writer. Like that's me. I think about designing all the time. Like
Hmm.
and so and being able to do that and doing
If
all
you
these
want to
other
be
things that I like
somebody,
to
if you want to go somewhere, you got to wake up and pay attention. That's come on. It's a classic. The classic.
You're gonna start
That's why
singing?
I
You're gonna
sing.
start
That's
singing?
no,
I'm
no,
ready. I'm ready. I'm prepared.
absolutely not.
I'm ready.
Absolutely not. Yeah, I knew you were about to do that. I'm like, I'm not going there. She is crafty. She's very sneaky. I'm not doing
I'm
that.
ready.
Nope,
Just
nope, nope,
whenever you're
nope,
ready,
nope,
I'm
nope.
listening right here. I
I'm
got the
singing on the
headphones on
mixtape.
and
I'm singing a few songs on the mixtape, so you can hear some
are
stuff.
you?
Yeah.
I'm so excited. July 4th. Why would you tease this in March? Do
Huh?
you know how far July is from here?
I'm too
Is it
giddy.
done?
I'm too
Is it
giddy.
done?
I'm too giddy. I'm gonna edit that out. I'm gonna edit that out so people don't know that I should release date. I'm too giddy. I'm like that July 4th. Well, July. I'm sorry. Gosh, I gotta edit that. Bleep that out. Ugh. I'm so giddy. Just so giddy. So
Okay, so
excited.
you get to be all like excited and stuff, and then you're just gonna make me like be myself? Because
Yeah.
this is me all the time. Like we're just matching energies right now, I thought.
So I'm acting like you right now.
I thought we were matching energies. Is that not what we're doing?
Facts, facts, facts. That's true.
Exactly.
We're trying to match energies. Well, listeners, we're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back.